The Iowa State Fair has become a presidential mecca for politicians of every stripe. And now, a marquee exhibit takes you back in time. The Ralph Dietz Museum traces some of the fair's biggest moments, including an entire room dedicated to American presidents and their famous visits.
We're the only fair in the country that gets this number, and we're the only fair that can boast so many presidents and candidates that have visited the fair. Well, our earliest two that we had visit was Hoover and Eisenhower visited our Centennial Fair.
The year was 1954, and the Great Iowa State Fair's centennial celebration was planned years in advance. What better way to party than with an American war hero turned president and Iowa's native presidential son? Eisenhower and Hoover marched through the livestock pavilions, reminisced with Iowa farmers, and addressed fairgoers. Eisenhower, in the early depths of the Cold War, found time to mix warnings of nuclear Armageddon with a pledge to drink a cold beer at the Bud Tent. 20 years earlier, an iconic fair moment was actually an Oval Office showdown. In 1896, 1921, and 1932, the State Fair had staged train collisions in front of the grandstands. And the one in 1932 had a presidential connection because they named one of the locomotives after then President Herbert Hoover, and the other one after his opponent in the 1932 election, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Luckily for FDR, his presidency was more successful than his namesake train. Modern-day political showdowns may be less explosive, but they are not necessarily quiet affairs. When brand-new vice presidential candidate Paul Ryan marched down the Grand Concourse this year, he was impressed with our grandstands.
That's your bandstand. That's a nice bandstand. That's great.
Not so much by a few outspoken Iowans.
I think the surprises come when the candidates interact with fairgoers or when they are, for instance, giving a speech on the Des Moines Register soapbox and something unexpected happens.
Hey, like I said, she must not be from Iowa.
Flashback to the 1970s to discover fairgoers were more gracious to another Midwestern Republican, and it doesn't hurt that he praised Iowa agriculture.
And the American farmer stands 10 feet tall in his contributions to this nation's greatness.
President Ford's trip is enshrined at the Fair Museum. What you're looking at is not just some obsolete $2 bill with Thomas Jefferson on the front. That is actually the $2 bill that Gerald Ford paid to get into the Iowa State Fair in 1975. What do we got here? Oh, Dan Quayle, notice there are no potatoes in this shot. Speaking of war times, the 34th President of the United States, Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was married to an Iowan, which is probably why he was so great. Oh, and here's Jimmy Carter. I guess he entered some peaches into the state fair, and he won a ribbon. That's a stereotype of Georgia.
I think the draw to bring a politician to the Iowa State Fair is that you get the greatest cross-section of Iowans.
We're all Iowans, but yet if you're from southern Iowa, you might be a little bit different than if you're from northwest Iowa. And you see all the aspects of the economy of Iowa, the friendliness of people in Iowa.
I know that Fred Thompson took grief no end because Chuck Grassley actually had to prompt him to speak to people as he was walking down the Grand Concourse. That was an odd moment. So it tells you a little bit about the candidate.
Barack Obama made lasting family memories at the fair in 2007, but he came back this year, not to ride the Midway, but for something we all crave: food, drinks, and a relaxing atmosphere.
It is ice cold and tasty.
Stay tuned to IPTV's fair coverage for a look back at how fair food has long captured the attention of politicians.